Oh, we rolling? Oh, okay.
We're live.
Put on my best broadcaster voice. What's up, everybody? Welcome to TotallyAFan, the show where we go over news and movies, comics, video games, your fandom fanfare right here. It's a partly cloudy 64 degrees out in this sunny day. I'm goofing it up already. Why'd you do this? I hate you.
It's good. You got this.
Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to hang out with us. Chat all things nerd news. You can catch the live stream every Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 3 p.m. Eastern for all you Eastern Seaboards over there. If you can't watch the live stream, you can catch the podcast on Anchor.fm Mondays at 12 p.m. Pacific Time. And we also sprinkle YouTube clips throughout the week. I ran out of script. I don't know what to do. I'm your host, Jesse, apparently. Yeah, Victor's been demoted. He is now the sidekick. This is my show now, and yeah, I'm the captain now. So,
nice. Hey, that was pretty solid, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. That was pretty fucking solid.
Look at me. I'm the captain.
Yeah, that was pretty solid, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. You did a fantastic job. I'm really proud of you.
So this is a one-time effort, right? I don't need to practice.
I
mean, I don't know, unless we get 1 million views, and clearly I'm the superior host, I guess we'll.
Or if we get a repeat of last week, then.
Oh no. Is that punishment because last week's show was so blah that you?
A little bit,
me
yeah.
to take the lead.
A little bit, yeah.
Well.
But it's also too because like I want to give you the opportunity, right? Like I think you did a great job. That was a really nice intro, and you should be proud of yourself.
I'm not.
Look,
thank you.
Look, on days when I can't make it for whatever reason, and I ask for you to be hosting, like you're gonna have to do this. So it's not something that you have to practice, but it's definitely something that I would like for you to.
Are you giving
feel
me Totally a Fan in your will? Is that what you're saying?
No, the fuck
So
hell no.
it's-
No,
so when
Totally
you
Fan's
die,
going to the
it's
grave
mine?
with me. What do you mean? What you mean, dog? No.
I'm just saying.
No,
kinda
Totally
nice.
Fan is going with me to the grave.
All right. Well,
You have to call it something else if you want it. So
totally a nerd.
totally nerd. Sure, that's yours.
Technically a geek.
Yeah. What's up, everybody? I'm Victor. Nice to meet you. Nice to be here on this
said you could
wonderful sunny weather today.
Who said you could talk?
Hey, every time
My
I introduce you, you have your own little like,
Oh,
yo,
that's
what's
right.
up, guys?
Okay,
I'm
go
here.
ahead.
So,
Yeah,
yeah, what's
go
up,
ahead.
guys? I'm Victor, and yeah, it's beautiful and sunny outside, and I'm ready to get started on today's
Is that
episode.
supposed to be me? Do I sound like that?
No. This is
Okay.
just me being goofy. No, you're
All
good, Doug.
You're always goofy. All right, we have an action-packed show today. So,
Hell
what's going
yeah.
on?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
Yeah. All right. Why don't we just jump straight in with the first topic of this week? Pause for effect, aka getting my notes. So, rumor has it that a Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic remake is in development. This has been rumored for a couple months now, and I'm pretty sure it's definitive among the fan base that Knights of the Old Republic is the best, if not, top 5 Star Wars games ever made. So this news was shared by Bloomberg, who did an interview with this other guy. And basically, it's sort of this open secret that, yes, it's being developed. They're not ready to announce anything yet. They're working on a trailer. It's possible this could be ready by E3. It's still a rumor, so you don't want to, go out there and start pre-ordering non-existent games. So obviously, take it with a grain of salt. But if this is true, then I think that would be pretty cool. I have not played the original game that came out. When did that come out, man? That was years, like on the original Xbox, or was that for PC? Or
I think it was on PC and Xbox. To be honest. I'm not sure. I have it on
but
Xbox.
I mean, I've heard nothing but good things from that sub series of games. So bringing that back, I think, at a time now where people are sort of over Battlefront and the what's that new one that came out? I want to say Last Jedi. It's called something Jedi Knight, Jedi Order. Was it the new
Jedi
one
Order.
that came
Jedi
out?
Order. Yep.
Yeah. So that one's getting its own sequel. So I guess it's good to sort of bring back this kind of classic game. So I'm kind of dying to see if it's even true. I think that would be
Oh, I'm sorry.
Definitely
Hold on.
take
The
it.
game was actually Fallen Jedi. I'm sorry. It was Star Wars Jedi.
It had
Fallen
Jedi, and it
Yeah.
had that guy from Gotham in it. And he's the Jedi,
Yeah.
the Joker,
Mhm.
which It's a pretty awesome show.
Mhm.
But who knows what's going to happen with that? We're going to have to see what comes of that, if this is actually true. I mean, there's report after report listing insiders as, yeah, this game exists. So we'll just have to see. Hoping for the best. Victor, what are your thoughts?
Actually, I'm really excited. I loved KOTOR. The second one was actually fantastic as well. I know that there's a oh shit, you know what? Oh no, rumor report doesn't work. Fuck. Well, there's a
No cursing on my
rumor.
stream, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm in control, but I have no control, so I can't even like
Yeah.
do the whoosh or the whoosh.
You're gonna have to edit it in for the rumor because I don't know why it doesn't work here,
Yeah,
but
I love editing for free. So great.
I got you. Don't worry. But yeah, so the rumor is that they're making a Darth Revenant series on Jedi Plus and on Jedi Plus on Disney
Plus.
Plus on
Oh
Disney
my
Plus,
gosh,
our
I
Lord and
would sign up for
Savior.
that in 2 seconds. Jedi Plus.
Our Lord and
Dang.
Savior Disney Plus. They're going to be making a Darth Revenant series. I don't know how extensive it is. It's just a report at this, or sorry, a rumor at this point. With I forgot who, quote unquote, reported it. I think it was the Illuminati, but they've been kind of fucking up lately with their reports. So I don't really trust them with what they got to say. But Darth Revenant was the main character of Knights of the Old Republic. If you haven't played it yet, I don't want to spoil it, but he was one of like the main characters in that game, as well as the
You
second
don't want
one.
to spoil a 20-year-old game.
Well,
do
some
you?
people still haven't played it. And
Well, they're gonna play the remake.
they were gonna play the remake, so I definitely don't want to spoil it now. So to see him, if he does get his own series, I think would be great. But the rumor of this game coming to light with the rumor of him getting his Disney Plus series, it sounds like it's really possible it's happening. It's kind of adding more like fire to the, or flame to the, fuel to the fire. So
Flame to the fire.
it's just oil. Just dump oil in there. You'll be fine. So I'm really excited, actually. Like I said, I really love the game. So I think it'd be dope. I'd love more Star Wars content. I do like that. What is it? The company that's supposed to be doing it, Asperia Games or Aspire Games. It's
Yeah,
not.
they've done some previous Star Wars games, so definitely sounds like it's in good hands if this is the company that is in fact doing it.
Right. It's not EA, which is a huge plus in my opinion. So I'm really excited about that, actually. The other thing too is this is like one of like the greatest Star Wars franchises as far as games go. Like, right, there's Battlefront, like the original Battlefront. And then I forgot, it was the old one for PC. I think it was Jedi Academy. I think that's one of those that like is beloved. So it's great. More Star Wars content, the better. So I'm excited.
My favorite was for the Nintendo 64. I think it was called Shadows of the Empire. Where you were,
I
like,
think that's the one. I think
basically
that's the one I'm
Han
thinking
Solo, but not Han Solo. And then there was another one for PlayStation where it was like Doom, but it was Star Wars. So it ran on the Doom engine. So you're running around with like this giant machine gun that shoots lasers. I forget what that one was called.
Sounds like Shadows of the Empire that came, or not Shadows of the Empire, but there's an Empire game that came out on PC a long time ago. I thought it was Shadows of the Empire, where the character is the same dude, is the same dude from Rogue One.
I don't remember. We need to.
It's Andor.
We need to have a stream where we can play these old Star Wars games.
There was something else I wanted to mention too.
Well, you're not in charge anymore,
No,
so
I'm
why
not.
don't you just sit down, shut up,
All right.
and enjoy the ride.
All right.
Speaking of rides, that's a terrible segue. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 is currently filming. So there's some new set photos which actually showcase for the first time a confirmation that Knuckles is in the movie. We kind of had this feeling. We knew Tails was going to be in the movie, but this is the first time actually seeing Knuckles. So what it looks like they've done is created like these little mannequin statues, which will serve as kind of like a point of reference. So when the actors are looking, they're just not looking off into space. They're looking at these statues. And obviously they get replaced with CG later. But Knuckles, dude, he's looking pretty swole. He's actually looking kind of similar to his Sonic Boom design, where he's clearly the biggest one out of all three of them, and he's kind of beefier. He's taller, so I don't know if that means he's older than Sonic and Tails. I mean, usually in the games canon, like they're all kind of the same height. Tails is a little smaller, but usually Sonic and Knuckles are like the same like height and build. But going off these photos, yeah, it looks like he's pretty beefy.
Yeah,
Got those big mitts.
I
He's
mean,
ready to punch.
in the first movie, you see the Echidna tribe, and they don't look that much bigger than like what Sonic ends up being later in the movie. So it's kind of weird that he's beefy. I agree with you. He definitely looks like the Sonic Boom design, which I mean, it's whatever. Like his size is whatever. I definitely would probably prefer him to be more similar to Sonic in size. But I'm excited that he's going to be in here. Now we knew Tails was going to be in it because Tails, but I'm it. You almost can't have Sonic without Knuckles in some capacity.
Because I clearly going off the first movie, Sonic was very much a teenager.
Yeah.
He kind of had that teenager attitude, and Tails, he's a genius, but he's very clearly like a kid. So going by this size difference, is Knuckles like an adult, or is he just like a really big, beefy boy that's around the same age? So, like, we don't know. I guess we just gotta wait until the movie comes out. Also, there is some shots of Jim Carrey as Dr. Robotnik,
Oh
and
yeah.
that has been
baby.
confirmed. He is keeping the bald look with that giant mustache. A lot of people were afraid that maybe he wouldn't go back to that, and that was just like a one-off goof. But he's definitely he's not rocking like a full-on fat suit, but just having the bald head and the blue goggles and that big mustache, like, I think is enough. Just give me half of that, and that looks pretty good.
I don't know
So-
because like the whole Eggman thing kind of comes to is there because of his shape. I kind of wish he would have a fat suit. They might CGI it, who knows? But like I kind of do want to see it like a fat
And then
suit.
give him a little bit of a belly,
Or give him a belly. Yeah, give him a belly. You
like,
don't
he's
necessarily
not
have
gonna
to.
be like a Nutty Professor like fat
Yeah.
suit walking around.
Yeah, you don't have to do
Although
that.
that would be pretty cool.
Yeah,
But
that'd be dope. I'm excited.
I'm
Jim's
excited
back.
for this,
I love Jim Carrey. This movie. I knew it wasn't gonna be like some godly amazing, Oscar nominated movie, but I thought it was gonna be a fun ride, and with Jim Carrey in it especially, and I think we got that, and I'm really excited for a second one.
it's not going to be The Godfather 2, but
Right. And the fact that
it'll be there.
that Knuckles is in it, I'm excited for that too. I love Knuckles. Knuckles has always been my favorite since Sonic and Knuckles. So
Dude, he's my boy.
yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy for this. His look wasn't bad. I like his look. I read, I don't know if it was the same article, but I read a report where apparently everyone was down for the original design. Everybody was cool with it, and I'm kind of like, what the fuck? Because Leo kept bringing up that like, how were people okay with this, and like nobody brought it up to like the director, and I kind of didn't think anything of it until I read the article. I was like, wait a minute, so like Leo was right, everybody was totally down with it. That's bullshit. And then once they made it, they were worried that fans weren't gonna like it. And then once they started realizing that everybody else was cool with it, then like he was like, okay, it might be good. So don't know what happened with that fiasco. I thought it was a huge conspiracy theory where they did it on purpose. But yeah, so I'm glad that they're keeping with the design, and Sonic looks, like he fits with Sonic and Knuckles there, or Knuckles looks like he fits with Sonic and Tails. So yeah, I'm excited. I think it's good.
Alrighty. And finally this week, have some pretty big news that just casually dropped at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier, which, by the way, that series has ended. So if you haven't caught up on it, you can watch all episodes on Jedi Plus. Good service to have. But yeah, the big bombshell news that they are making Captain America 4 from the same writers as Falcon and Winter Soldier. And it's basically going to continue where it left off at the end of Falcon and Winter Soldier. If you haven't seen that, or you don't know what happens in the comics, I guess you could throw up a big spoiler warning, but obviously, everyone with half a brain knew of what was happening. Yeah, he becomes Captain America, or Captain Falcon, as they refer to that in the show. But yeah, so they kind of pulled. I was kind of expecting them to do this. They pulled like a Daredevil, where the entire series he wasn't in his costume, and then at the very end they throw him in the costume. So it was cool to finally see him in that. So now that we're actually getting a full movie with him as Captain America, um, is going to be pretty good. So there's also another report and I think we talked about this. I'm not sure, but there was a rumor that Chris Evans has signed on to come back as Captain America for either two projects or one project. We didn't really know, and then he talked about it. He denied it, and really, I mean, if something leaks like that, your only option is to sort of deny it, and then people either call you a liar or say, "Hey, I was right." You can't really say, "Well, I can't comment on that," because we know you're in it. If you're in something and you sign a non-disclosure agreement, you have to either say you just gotta lie, say, "No, I'm not in it. That's not true," and then he either shows up or he doesn't. So at first it was like Chris Evans is gonna be in this new Captain America 4. But now it's saying that maybe he's having his own project as Steve Rogers, either a movie or a show. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm just excited that we're finally getting a new Captain America that's coming to theaters with the same writers as the show. So that's going to be pretty insane. And I liked how they waited till the series was over, because if they would have done this before, I think everyone would have saw it coming. But like just to wait till the series was over and drop this was pretty cool. Your thoughts?
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I like how um like they changed all the titles and everything to Captain America and the Winter Soldier instead of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I like that was a really nice effect that they did. As far as the report on Chris Evans goes, I don't think we talked about it, but we briefly mentioned it, but it definitely posted up on the Facebook where we post most of the news articles that we go over. So please make sure you guys are following on facebook.com/TotallyAFan. But yeah, so there were the report was that Chris was gonna do Tony Stark level cameos on other projects. Chris Evans in an interview said that he's not gonna do it unless it makes sense, which most actors are gonna say. Like that's like the political answer that you give when they ask about comebacks. And it's Marvel. They're never like if it leaks, somebody fucked up, right? Marvel never leaks this shit unless it's on purpose or unless you're Tom Holland or Mark Ruffalo. But if he comes back, then he's gonna come back. But we're not gonna know for sure until we actually see him on screen or we see him on set. As far as a fourth Captain America movie with Falcon or with Sam Wilson, I'm excited for it. I think they definitely left it off with a cliffhanger. They left it open for either a season 2 or a whole new movie altogether. There were reports of a season 2 potentially coming out of this show, just because this is the type of show that could warrant it, unlike WandaVision, where that limited series was specifically designed to bridge the gap between the end of Endgame, a little bit of what Wanda's going to go through without having to make a whole movie out of it, and then bridge it to Doctor Strange. So there's no way WandaVision's going to get a season 2. There's no reason why it should get a season 2. It could have a new show afterwards, depending on how it works out. But Captain America and Winter Soldier, I think, could be an absolutely wonderful movie or a season 2, depends on how they want to play it. Either way, I'm excited for it. Captain America is one of my favorite Marvel characters. I'm down. However they want to do it.
The way I see it, if they're bringing back Chris Evans, there's only 3 possibilities. Mm-hmm. The first possibility is, I think, is the lamest option, and he literally just comes back as old Steve Rogers with that old makeup on, and he's just kind of there, which would be so lame. Mm-hmm. But, I mean, I guess if he doesn't want to, put on the suit anymore, that would be one option. The second option would be having a show or another movie dealing with how he actually gets the Infinity Stones back to where they need to go. Mm-hmm. And that's kind of what the Loki show is going to do, because it's like basically the Loki show is about like the time police, because he took the one stone and like jetted off somewhere, so the time police have to come fix it. Mm-hmm. But it's like weird. It's like, why would they let Avengers in Endgame mess with the timeline and not care about them, but Loki takes one stone and like they all panic. So everyone kind of wants to see what he would do, Steve Rogers would do after he, that was his mission afterwards, was to take all the stones, put them back in that same exact spot, and then come back and do whatever he wants.
Mm-hmm.
So that would be the middle option. I think the best option they should do, I don't know if they'll do it, but I think the fans would really love it, is somehow you tied into Doctor Strange, because that ties into Spider-Man with the multiverse, and it looks like Spider-Man is getting versions of past villains coming out. If Chris Evans came back as Hydra Cap and was basically the villain in a new movie, I think that would be the greatest use for him to bring him back, make him evil, make him Hydra, and that would be so cool. Who knows if they're doing that, but that's my vote.
That would actually be really fucking dope. I didn't even consider that as an option. That would be sick. Now, again, we know he's coming back as Tony Stark level cameos. I kind of want to see him in like a flashback with Wolverine for the mutants whenever that comes out, or Internals, or however they decide to do it. I would like to see a cameo of Captain America and Wolverine. I think the Hydra Cap would be amazing in Doctor Strange. I think that'd be really cool to see. It's possible. I don't know how likely, but it's possible they could have something with the Time Variance Authority, the TVA, or the Time Police in Loki, have something to do with Chris Evans returning the stones. I don't see it being like a whole episode worth, maybe just a quick glimpse. That would be cool, though. And I agree with you. I think seeing like an old man Cap, I don't know. I mean, maybe like if again, if it's done well and like Sam needs to talk to somebody to face whatever challenge he's gonna face either in season 2 or in the movie, and he just talks to Steve about it, I think that would be interesting. I was kind of disappointed that we didn't see Isaiah Bradley in his gear in Winter Soldier or in Falcon Winter Soldier. I would like to see something with the kid though. And that'll be something for like later content, but that's a really good theory on how they could bring back Steve or Chris Evans. And I think my favorite one out of that one so far is the Hydra Cap. I think that's a really crazy idea, actually.
All right,
cool.
So,
all right, guys. Well, thank you, Jesse, for the intro. It was fantastic.
I'll never do it again. Never do that again.
It was good, though. You should be proud of yourself.
Do not ever make me do that again.
Well, guys, that's going to be the end of the news segment of the podcast. As a reminder, we go live every Saturday. I was going to say Tuesday. I don't know why. We go live every Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. No. Every Saturday, 12 p.m., twitch.tv/TotallyAFan, TAF. We do the live podcast. We take user questions. We'll go over that stuff. If for whatever reason you can't catch the live stream, we do put the podcast on anchor.fm on Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or wherever else you'd like to listen to podcasts, YouTube, Apple Music or iTunes, Google Music, Google Play, whatever it is, wherever you'd like to listen to podcasts, you can catch it there. And of course, the full episode goes up on Wednesday on YouTube, youtube.com/TotallyFan. And of course, you can catch snippets throughout the week. So definitely make sure you guys stick to that. And again, as always, we want to thank you for taking time out of your day to hang out with us. If you guys want to be more involved, please consider following us on social media at TotallyFan. Community engagement is really important to me, so definitely make sure you guys are reaching out. And of course, you can always join the Discord. I want to do more stuff with Discord, so definitely make sure that you guys pop in there when you guys get the opportunity. Additionally, we have a TikTok. Content's going to be coming out soon, so make sure you follow TikTok at TotallyFan. And so, yeah, now we're going to get into the news segment. Or not the news segment, the podcast, like chill, relax themes and stuff. Jesse, do you have anything you want to talk about before we talk about what I want to talk about?
I don't know. What do you want to talk about? Because maybe what you want to talk about is what I want to talk about.
Oh.
What do you want to talk about?
Well, I want to talk about Chadwick Boseman, and I want to talk about the future of Black Panther. So
no, I didn't want to talk about that. I want to talk about hentai statues, but we can do that later.
Jesus Christ.
We can talk about your thing first.
All right, cool. Well, I forgot what I was reading or what I was watching, but I
I think
was
was it a petition, because there's a petition going on
I
that
know there's a petition, but it wasn't the petition. I haven't really given it much thought because I thought, look, fandom, the fans in fandom can be really fucking bonkers. They could go really crazy with stupid, wild, crazy accusations, or we can come together as a community and push for change like we did with Sonic. The f- but when it comes to like Black Panther specifically, I don't remember what it was that I was watching or reading or listening to, whatever it was, but the idea came in my head of me wanting more T'Challa, right? I love Chadwick Boseman as a character, as an actor, and I think his casting for T'Challa was beautiful. Like, this dude had been pumping out movies. He did the Jackie Robinson. He did the was Thurgood Marshall, I believe. He also did some other like non-biopic movies as well, and he just was a phenomenal actor. And you can't replace that. You can't replace that level of talent. It's hard. It's never gonna happen. And it's something that I thought about, and I think we talked about it on like a previous season of Totally Fan, right? We have a lot of really awesome actors right now that are really old, and when they go, they're gonna be irreplaceable. Robert De Niro, Robin Williams, a bunch of it, death is a natural part of life, and it sucks that we lose the people that we lose. In this case, Chadwick Boseman, but the character of King T'Challa is so much bigger than Boseman that I think there's more stories that are needed to be told, and I want to see more T'Challa. I think he should get replaced, or not replaced. Sorry, that's a terrible word. I think he should get recasted. The only problem is that I've been struggling with is trying to find who would be a good replacement. There are a lot of really great black actors right now. However, some of them I feel like are too old. Some of them I feel like might not be able to pull it off. I definitely think that they should go the route of hiring a no name who's very martial arts inclined, just because the fight scenes are like, I didn't like the big fight with T'Challa and Killmonger. A lot of it was CGI'd, and I really disliked it. I want to see more practical effects, and I think to have an actor who can pull off the martial arts, I think would be phenomenal. So I think if they get a no-name black martial artist who can act, who can fucking bring the chops, I think that would be the route to go. There are a lot of really great actors right now. Like I said, some of them are just really old. And then some of them like are like maybe, but not really. Like what's his name? John Boyega, who plays Finn in Star Wars. Somebody suggested him, and I like him, but his personality and his charisma, I don't think are right for T'Challa. I could be wrong, but I just don't think it's right for T'Challa. Additionally, in the future, right? I know everybody was pushing for Chadwick Boseman and Halle Berry for T'Challa and Storm. I think that's a story, or that's an element that I need to be brought to life. Like, as a fan, I need it brought to life, and you can't do it if you don't have a T'Challa. So I think recasting the role is really important. Obviously, Shuri becoming the next Black Panther, that you could do that in the second one. That's fine. In the comics, she is the Black Panther for Wakanda, whereas T'Challa is the Black Panther for like the world. So you could replace Shuri with T'Challa as the next BP, but the character of T'Challa I want to see continued. I think there's a wonderful, beautiful way that it can be done to honor Chadwick Boseman. They've even done it now. Like, if you go to Disney Plus and you watch Black Panther now, the Marvel credit opening like title sequence, they changed it completely to fit Chadwick Boseman. I don't even remember what the original was anymore, but this one, that's a nice way to honor him. But I think, if you want to do something in like the first like 5-10 minutes, or not even 10 minutes, maybe first 5 minutes of the movie, I think you could do an awesome thing to honor him. And then with the recast, I think it's really important. So I wanted to get that out there because a lot of people are like, "Oh, you can never replace Chadwick Boseman or this or that." But I'm pretty sure Chadwick himself would have been along the lines of like, "Look, the character's bigger than me. You should be able to put anybody in that role." But I think the groundwork that he laid out for Black Panther and for the future of Black Panther and for the future of T'Challa in the future movies, I think Chadwick Boseman did a fantastic job. And again, it's unfortunate he passed, but I think he should get recasted. Because there's more stories. There's more stories to be told with T'Challa at the helm. So that's something I wanted to talk about. That's something I wanted to kind of lay out there. We could always get into more discussion if you guys want to. I've said it before, but like I sit in the Discord randomly. So if you guys want to jump in the Discord, I'm usually in the fan cave, just randomly doing nothing. If I'm working on stuff, you guys can always jump in there and we can talk about it more. But that's something I wanted to talk about today. I felt like this was a really good platform that we could do so. So, do you have any thoughts or any comment segues or anything about it, or do you agree, disagree? What do you think, Jess?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All good? All right. Awesome. So I know you got mad at me last week because I said I zoned out.
You
So,
zoned out
I have
again?
an
It's fine.
No. Shush. I have an excuse. My son came up here and turned off the computer midway through your giant speech, and I was scrambling to get back. So I missed like half of it. But
Oh.
I get the general gist
Okay.
of what you said. So I'm completely on the fence
Yeah.
with this.
And it's understandable too. Let me make that
And
clear
I
before you
have some
continue.
time to talk.
Hold on.
You ranted for
All right, go
20
ahead.
minutes.
All right,
Can
go
I?
ahead.
Can
Go
I?
ahead. Go
Okay.
ahead.
All right. Then you can have a rebuttal.
Okay. Well, it wasn't a
I am
rebuttal.
completely on the fence. I know they will find a way to whichever way they decide to do. They haven't confirmed he's recast. They haven't confirmed they're going to give it to someone else. Or if the sister's going to be Black Panther, we know there's Black Panther 2. That's it.
Yeah.
I'm completely on the fence. It could go either way. I will be happy with their decision of what they decide to do.
Oh yeah.
So I kind of agree with you how his story isn't done, and it's so unfortunate how this happened because he died. It's not like Terrence Howard when he left War Machine because
Right.
he didn't get paid enough. It's not
Right.
like people are getting recast because he left or he wanted to retire.
It's not a contract issue.
He died, and it is so tragic. And I know people get emotional, but it's not like replacing him is dishonoring his legacy.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like we could find a way to do it. And I'm in your boat because there's so much more story that's left to be told that now you're just going to have to throw it all away and start doing something else. Now on the movie canon side of it, just the fact that the people of Wakanda had to see him die in Black Panther, come back, and then get erased in Endgame, come back, and now he's like dead again.
Yeah.
So he died 3 times in universe.
Yeah.
And so that's just gonna break their little hearts.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Obviously, they're gonna kill him off screen. Maybe have a tribute or a funeral if they decide to do that. But on the other side of things, the guy from who played Dumbledore in Harry Potter, he died, and they had to replace him because he was in the first 2 Harry Potters, the original Dumbledore, and obviously there was more story with Dumbledore that they had to tell, so they had to do it. I mean,
And I think they did a great job too.
Right.
With
I mean,
his
you could
recasting.
definitely honor someone by continuing to have their character. So, but then again, there's no other Black Panther out there. It's going to be so weird if they decide to replace him. If they decide to go in, it's just going to be weird.
Yeah.
So this isn't like Robert Downey Jr., dying of old age, and we know eventually, like James Bond, we're going to get a new Iron Man, we're going to get a new Captain America, 20 years down the road when everyone's like 80 years old. But, this happened right now, and it still kind of hurts.
Yeah.
So whatever they know what they're doing. I don't think they're letting fans sway their vote or what they want, like their idea of what they want to do. I trust that they can handle it, and they will pick a decision. They will decide whatever they want to do that will honor his legacy. Whether that's we're just going to start over and have a new character come back, or we're going to recast him and have I don't know, but that sucks.
Yeah,
That sucks, man. Ugh.
I mean, look, there's absolutely nothing wrong with being on the fence because for me, I was on the fence for the longest time, and I'm still kind of on the fence, but I'm definitely leaning more towards the recasting side. But that's the thing, though, right? Like, and you brought up an interesting point where, like, when it comes to James Bond, the replacement of James Bond has always been, in my opinion, has always been like a generational thing, right? Like when they want to go a new direction, they get a new Bond for a couple movies, and then they do it again after that, right? Um,
Yeah, same with Batman, man. There's a new Batman every 4 years. It seems like,
yeah. Now
and
now we seem to be okay with that because you're taking that series or that franchise and then you're going a whole new direction. So we've had what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Batman. We have 6 Batmans right now as far as like movie or 7, I guess if you count the one guy, but we have 7 Batmans, and you guys are absolutely okay with each Batman being in their own universe. You have no problems with that, and I'm not trying to be like offensive or anything like that. I'm trying my best not to. But like those guys, they didn't die, right? They just got recasted into a new series with a new director with a new thing. So for this movie, it is hard. It's not easy. And even Ryan Coogler said it's hard to film without him. And the reason why it's so hard is because Chadwick is Chadwick. Like he was a phenomenal actor, but he was also a fucking awesome human being too, and you can't replace that energy. But as we both said, it is important to continue the T'Challa storyline because there are more stories to tell. And I think that's my biggest reason for wanting a recast. And it's not going to be easy, but I agree with you. I think killing him again in the canonical movie universe, I think would be fucking terrible.
that's so bad. Three times this guy died.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Now, you also brought up something interesting too that I think could work or could be the thing, right? Like if you do a tribute to like the fallen Wakandans after the Endgame fight, or even after just the whole Infinity Saga fight, right? To give like one huge giant burial with like a great message. I think you could do that and have part of the eulogy some sort of tribute to Chadwick Boseman. I think that would be a great way to honor Chadwick Boseman and then continue with the story from there, right? If you do like the first 5 minutes of that or however long you need to do it and then go into the movie afterwards. I think that would be a great way to do it. And yeah, and we're okay with recasting all the time. And it sucks and it's hard because Marvel does such a great Marvel does such a phenomenal fucking job with casting, dude. Like their casting choices and picks are so fucking great. I forgot who it was that got casted for a role, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are they gonna do that? And then I saw the movie and I was like, oh my god, he fucking nailed it. I don't remember what movie it was. I think it was like I don't know, Phase 2 movie. I'd have to go back and watch them, but I can't remember.
Well, let me give you another example.
But it happens.
So, the TV show Batwoman, which is currently in its 2nd season, I watched the first season. I really did like it. Yeah, I liked it. I thought it was good. Some good characters, some good action. So then Ruby Rose, who played Batwoman, decides to just leave.
Oh man,
she got injured filming one of the scenes, and she sort of never recovered. She didn't like the long hours because, obviously if you're a Bat character, everything's got to be filmed at night. Yeah. And she just decided, I don't want to do this anymore. I just want to leave. So and plus it was COVID. They had to end the season 3 episodes early, so they never got to tie up any loose ends.
Yeah.
That would have been the perfect, and I got so angry that they didn't just recast her because, I don't know why they didn't do that. The storyline was integrated with her character. All of the characters were either related or they were in relationships or they were ex-lovers or all of those characters were intertwined with, what's her name? Kate Kane as Batwoman. So they just threw all that away and decided, here's this new Batwoman who's unrelated to anybody, and she's just going to put on the suit, and she's new Batwoman. And the ratings absolutely tanked. And it's honestly, I feel like it's going to get canceled. What they had to end up doing is they brought Kate Kane back and just gave her another actress. And what they said was, oh, she got into a plane accident and her face is all messed up, so that's why she looks different. And it's like too little too late at this point. You should have done that in the very beginning. because you don't create this foundation with these story threads and just to knock it all down and start over. You might as well have canceled the show and called it something else and had a new superhero as this new person. But they tried to save it and it didn't work. Now they're realizing their mistake, and now it's too late because all of the original fans have already left because they know it just was just dumb. So it doesn't directly relate to Black Panther because you could definitely continue Black Panther without Chadwick, but it's either way it's not the same. So it just sucks all around.
Yeah.
But I trust the answer that they decide to do. I trust them. So
Yeah,
they'll
yeah.
find a good way to do it.
Marvel still, even with these shows, they still have yet to disappoint me. They still have yet to cause like a major fuck up. And regardless of how you feel of Thor 2, because I think it's the weakest out of all the movies, it's still a pretty decent Thor movie. And Marvel has yet to fuck up. Marvel has my absolute 100 complete faith and trust. And just as you said it, whatever they decide to do with Black Panther 2, I'm going to be okay with it. Can I disagree with a choice that they decide to make? Of course, you absolutely can. There's no reason why you need to be 100%. Like, these things aren't infallible. They have issues. A lot of these movies aren't perfect movies. They have issues, but you can still enjoy it. You can still have fun. But when it comes to Marvel, I'm okay with whatever choice they decide to do because I know it's going to be awesome. It's going to be a banger however they decide to do it. But this is something that this topic overall I think is a very, it's an interesting topic because it could happen to anyone. Now, unfortunately, in Chadwick Boseman's case, he was sick. We didn't know that, right? It's not like he got murdered or he was in an accident, right? He was sick. So to replace a life that was lost so early is hard. Death itself is something hard to like talk about, but Marvel's got it. I think Marvel's got it. I'm really excited for whatever they decide to do. But those are just my 2 cents on that whole situation. I felt like we can get more out of T'Challa, and I wanted to talk about it because it came up. I don't remember how it came up. I don't know if I was reading something or what, and I just was like, you know what? I need more Black Panther. I need more T'Challa. So
well, this is kind of related. So there's big Marvel rumors swirling. So the new Secret Invasion show is coming out soon. So there is a rumor that they're looking to bring back Quake from Agents of Shield because she's one of the Secret Warriors, but they're looking to recast her.
Why?
So it's not going to be Chloe Bennett.
Oh, that's because Marvel. Yeah. Okay. See, that recasting pisses me off. But
like they're fine with that, and everyone wants the Netflix Daredevil, Punisher. Those guys. They want them to come back because Marvel actually did retain the rights back. Netflix had a 2-year agreement. It's been 2 years, so they have those characters back. They can throw them back.
Yeah.
So they're fine recasting Daredevil because maybe not everyone has seen the Daredevil Netflix show, but
Charlie,
why are you okay with that? But not, those actors I feel like are so good.
Yeah, dude, you cannot tell. I mean, you probably can after the fact, right? But you cannot tell me that there's a better Punisher than fucking John Bernthal. John Bernthal fucking killed it, bro. He destroyed Punisher. I love his take on Punisher, and I would love to see him come back. In addition to this, right, there's also reports that Matt Murdock, the secret identity of Daredevil, might come back for either Spider-Man or Doctor Strange or both. I think it's more likely that he'll come back for Spider-Man. And then,
so is it going to be Charlie Cox or is it going to be some new guy? Like what are you doing? You can't do it half and half.
I think the only actor I would be okay with in terms of replacing or recasting would be Iron Fist. Outside of Iron Fist, I think everybody else killed it. I think everybody else killed it. Yeah. However, Charlie Cox, I would love to see him come back as Daredevil. I think that'd be amazing.
Like the guy who played Kingpin,
he wants to come back. He keeps telling people.
You can't get anyone else.
He keeps telling people in any interview that he gets a chance to, I want to come back as Kingpin. I want to see me fight Spider-Man. I want this for Kingpin and for my... Like, he keeps telling everybody he wants this. Give it to him. You can't tell
they
me.
have it so perfect, and you're just gonna throw it in the garbage.
Dude, that would be
So why
fucking
would you throw that
terrible.
in the garbage? But you can't, you can't replace. It's just I don't know. I don't know what they're thinking, but I mean, I feel like it's Marvel TV. It's like Marvel TV was a different division, a different studio. They never really played nice with each other, and that division is shut down.
Yeah.
So everything, all the future Marvel TV properties are within Marvel Studios.
No.
So I think that's why maybe they just don't want to. I don't know, but like the fans definitely like those actors. So why would you not bring them back?
You know, to be honest, fans were really pissed off that that Marvel decided not to canonize Agents of Shield and what is it, The Runaways, and then I think there was like two other shows. One was on Hulu. Actually, I think no, Runaways. I think was on like ABC Family or whatever they called it. But there was another one. But either way, I know a lot of fans, not everyone, but I know a lot of fans were pissed off that they didn't canonize them or they didn't treat them as canon, even though technically there are some movie actors that came into Agents of Shield. Like for an example, I think season 1 or 2, the Jamie Alexander, I think is her name. She plays Lady Sif in Thor. She's also going to appear in Love and Thunder. She was on Agents of Shield. She was on an episode of Agents of Shield. They even referenced Thor 2 in a bullshit ass little Easter egg clip that I thought was stupid.
Like
I
that
wanted
was the
more.
reason. That was the main reason why I stopped watching Shield is because it was advertised as like, oh, it's going to connect to
It's
the movies.
all connected.
It's all this and that. And I mean, to be fair, halfway through the first season, they connect with the Hydra reveal, and that was so cool. And then slowly it started to fade away. And they didn't introduce anyone new. No one from the movies came over.
There were very
ignored
minor references to the movies.
Yeah.
I think the last
it
reference was like something was going on, like whatever. I don't remember what season it was, but like they were saying that there's aliens and shit happening all over, and it was in relation to Infinity War when the big ship was in New York. They reference it in the episode. In the Agents of Shield episode that like was the episode before the movie came out, they referenced it, and the fact that it's not canon, it pisses me off.
Yeah,
See, that recasting doesn't. That recasting of not bringing those people back pisses me off because they're doing it like to spite the TV show, right? They're doing it to distance themselves from the TV shows. That's the only reason why they're recasting. So the fact that they're not bringing back Chloe Bennett, that pisses me off. If God forbid, but if those characters die, if those actors died and then they're recasting them for that reason, with the knowledge of like, we do want it connected, so let's bring them back, then that's one thing, right? But like,
or they could just do what Deadpool did and just bring back the actor.
Yeah.
Because was it established the Deadpool from Deadpool 1 and 2 is not the same as Deadpool from Wolverine Origins, right?
Right. I think it's
they they poke fun at it, but it's clearly that's a different Deadpool. So, but they brought back Ryan Reynolds because he's Deadpool.
Yeah.
So bring back the actors, have it be a new iteration of that character, but just the actors are so perfect. Just bring them back.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? Like, I think the whole thing is the mindset that goes into the recasting, right? If you're recasting because of a dispute, like a contract dispute, like what happened with Terrence Howard, then that's one thing. Fans are going to be uppity about it. I've been uppity about certain things like that too, but it happens and it's whatever. Life will go on. Same thing happened with
Hulk. We have two Hulks.
Right, and that was a contractual thing. And then I think there was some slight disagreements, but I'm not 100% sure, but it was a contractual thing. So that's fine, it's understandable. If an actor dies or passes away and you want to continue that actor's portrayal and then you recast, then I'm okay with that because I feel like it has to happen. There's these stories that need to be told. But if you're going to recast simply to spite or to distance yourselves from a project that supposedly was, in this case, canonical, then that's bullshit. I think that's fucked up, right? Like, for an example, if a TV show that's 5 seasons long, season 6 they have to recast a character or an actor because of a contractual issue, and then they play that character, they continue that character 6 seasons or like 2 more seasons afterwards, then that's fine. But if you have a fallout with that guy, or you want to distance yourself from that guy, and so you're just gonna recast him just to recast it, kind of like what they did with Ruby Rose, that's fucked up. Because then they did her dirty by fucking recasting her and bringing some other chick back.
Yeah, they brought her back because it just didn't work, and everyone could have told you in the beginning it wasn't going to work.
Yeah,
So you wasted
but
all
they
that time.
but they
now,
did they did Ruby Rose dirty, and that's why they didn't ask to bring her back. Because I don't even think she got called to come back. There was such a huge fallout, and that was kind of them. Well, actually, I don't really know who it was. I can't really blame. But they distanced themselves from Ruby Rose, so they recasted somebody else. And the whole bullshit, like, oh, a plane accident, this and that was just for them to give you a reason for why it's not the original character or the original actress. And that's bullshit. I think that's bullshit. But life will go on. With whatever Marvel decides to do, I'm gonna, I'll be happy with it. Even if they do decide to recast Daredevil, Punisher, Luke Cage, and everybody else, if they do decide to do it, I just think it's a huge wasted and missed opportunity if they don't if they don't bring back the original cast, because their portrayals of those characters were fucking amazing. And it's just a missed opportunity on their part. Will they continue to make the money, though, if they do recast it? Of course. They're going to fucking make that money. Everyone's going to pay to see how this new person does. That's what I think happened with Batman v Superman, and why the Joker was why like that movie did so well. It did well in terms of box office numbers, was because everybody wanted to see Jared Leto's Joker. Everybody wanted to see how good or bad he was, even though that like the trailer and the pictures, like, it wasn't enough. That's the only reason why it did well. I think that's the only reason.
You literally had two Jokers running around at the same time.
Yeah.
In their universe. So if Marvel's literally opening up the multiverse, you can do it. You can have.
Yeah, that would be your explanation.
Your
that would be your explanation for why you recast. But I think it's a shitty cop out for not bringing back the original cast. But that's how you explain that in a way that it softens the blow of recasting. I mean, we can go on about this all day, because this is really it's a really, as fans,
this is energy draining conversation right here.
It is, but there's so many angles to approach the conversation and to approach like the wanted outcome of it, right? But let's see, what else is going on in the news, or what else do you want to talk about, Jesse?
I want to go to sleep. Man, that took everything out of me. It, like, when you're passionate about something, it just drains your life force.
Yeah, but, I mean, and that's the thing, right? That's why we do this show, is because we're so passionate about this stuff, and it's why we talk about issues like this, is because we're passionate about it. Here, let me go down my list real quick. We'll just some quick little snippets of news, and if you guys want to talk about it, just make sure you guys are posting it in the comments on the side, and we'll talk about it. Also, guys, I do want to remind you, if there's ever a topic you guys want us to talk about, whether it's for the podcast version or for the news segment, just reach out to us on social media. Hit us up on Twitter, on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, at TotallyAFan. Just let us know whatever question or topics you want us to talk about. You can post it in the chat and right next to us, and we'll talk about it. I want to cater the show to what you guys want, so definitely make sure you guys are reaching out. But let's see. David Hayter is not confirming anything, I guess, but he's been hearing a lot of talk of a potential Metal Gear Solid remake on the works. It would be from his understanding, it's like a HD revamp. It's not. It's a la Final Fantasy VII. It's not like a full-on, hey, let's make a brand new, like, let's tell this story in a whole new way, I'm excited. I'm kind of excited because I love Metal Gear, and if David is close enough to hear the talks of David Hayter, by the way, is the voice actor for Snake, in case you guys don't know. So if he's close enough to people to be hearing these rumors, it's possible he could get recasted to play Snake. So I'm happy about that. Hey, Salvo, what's going on? And Sheila, I saw you earlier, and I'm sorry. I tried, like, in the intro. Jesse was on a roll, so I didn't want to say anything. But hey, how you doing? The Conjuring. I think the trailer dropped. That was pretty dope. Ooh, Shang-Chi. I'm excited. Or Shang. I forget how.
Iron Fist the movie.
I forgot how Feige pronounced it, but the way he pronounced it is like the proper, like the way it's supposed to be. I think it's Shang-Chi.
I mean, I honestly, I think I'm all marveled out.
What?
Like, and Endgame to me was the end. So I'm gonna continue watching the movies, but I think the hype died with Endgame because everything it's 10 years of hype all bottled up, and it was perfect. So it just looks so okay. It looks cool.
I think
Doesn't look bad.
I think
But,
what it
I
is
mean, it
is
just, looks
I
like
think
Iron
what
Fist.
I think what it is like all these movies were accumulating to one big thing at the end.
Right. Now it seems like they're just having like solo adventures now.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
nothing is really connected anymore. There's no big Doctor Doom or Galactus threat hovering over. I think they want to go back to just doing solo stuff, and then maybe they'll team up in 10 years. I don't know.
Oh, what the fuck? Somebody's knocking at my door.
Oh no.
They can wait. For me, what it is I think what they're doing is the Phase 4 movies are establishing the characters, and then I think that there will be like whatever the last movie is before the next Avengers style movie comes out. I think there's gonna be like a big theme that leads up to that. I think there's gonna be fucking hold on. Let me get this door.
Uh-oh. Have you been swatted? All right. Looks like it's just me. How's everyone doing? Doing great? Doing good? Awesome. Wow, look at those toys. Ninja Turtles. It's got like 3 Captain Americas. It's a little weird. Got Boob Lady up in the corner. Is that Kingdom Hearts Goofy? Cool. Couple Pikachus. Lucasfilm. Yeah, they're doing some stuff, right? They're doing the Obi-Wan show. What are they doing? I'm not really following Star Wars. I feel like they're oversaturating a little bit, and they need to calm down. Mandalorian is pretty good, but they need to not completely oversaturate their own market. But yeah, I mean those Star Wars shows, dude, Disney Plus is just hitting it out of the park. Honestly, Disney Plus is just like you don't need anything else. That is all you need.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Got some Power Rangers up there too.
I forgot what my talking point was, but
Was that your Uber Eats?
no, it wasn't.
What'd you order?
It was our neighbor. He needed help with something. So I just helped him out real quick.
Screw him. We're streaming. Screw him. Let him die.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm definitely kind of pissed, but it is what it is. Like I don't mind helping my neighbor, but like I'm in the middle of like, this is my business here, dude. You're fucking on my business. Anyways, Shang-Chi looks dope. I think I think they're gonna like whatever the next movie is before the Avengers joint, they're gonna allude to the big bad. We know Ant-Man 3 is supposed to potentially involve Kang the Conqueror. Is it King the Conqueror? I don't even know anymore. I'm like so discombobulated.
Bad guys, aliens.
Yeah, and then also the Loki series is supposed to it is King the Conqueror. Loki is also potentially could mention Kang in it as well, and he could be the next big bad. Although I don't know because he's supposed to be like Ant-Man's big bad, so I don't know how it's gonna play it, but we'll see. We also got a new director for a Hocus Pocus sequel.
Ooh.
Yeah. The actresses are supposed to come back. They're all down to come back.
Well, like 80 years old, but okay.
Yeah, I'm down. Fuck it. They could do it.
Why not? One more time.
Joe Taslim, who plays Sub-Zero in the Mortal Kombat remake. Ooh, which, by the way, was fantastic. It was pretty good. I don't know about fantastic. It was pretty good. I was really hyped for it, and I think it met a lot of what I was expecting. But I'm going to do a full-on spoiler review. We'll have that on YouTube up in the next coming day, so be on the lookout for that. But he is signed to do 4 more films in the franchise. Probably come back as Noob Saibot at some point. I don't see why not. And it'd be weird if he comes back as like the brother, as Bihan's the original. I forgot what the brother's name is. Let's see. Scream 5 is in the works. I don't know if we talked about it. I'm excited because I love Scream. It's weird without John Carpenter, or not John Carpenter, Wes Craven, but we'll see. But supposedly they have 5 decoy scripts, so that's kind of cool. They did the same for Endgame, actually. They had decoy scripts for everyone. So that was pretty dope. I don't know if we talked about we talked about Sony getting Spider-Man. How I Met Your Father is in the works. Hilary Duff is going to be the character, the title
What
character.
are they doing?
Oh yeah, Rock'em Sock'em Robots is going to get a movie. Wait a minute. They have one already. It's called Real Steel.
Yeah, so is he piloting a giant robot, or is it like, is he gonna be the voice of the Rock'em Sock'em Robot? Is
I don't know.
Like a cartoon?
The only bit that I have is that Vin Diesel will play a father who, along with his son, bonds with a robot in a film adaptation of the classic toy Rock'em Sock'em Robots.
That sounds exactly like Real Steel.
That sounds exactly like Real Steel. 100% like Real Steel. So I don't know what's going on with that. Also, did we confirm Michael? I think we did, but Michael Keaton's agency has 100% confirmed he will come back as Batman in the Flashpoint movie, and that comes right on the day that the Flash started production. So I don't know if he already filmed his stuff, but the Flash has started production, and his agency confirmed that Michael Keaton will reprise his role as Batman. Now, with that said, is he going to come back for Bruce Wayne in future movies, cameo style a la Tony Stark in Spider-Man? That's something different. I don't know if that's part of the original contract. So we'll see. Also, Salvo's posting some stuff here. It seems like Lucasfilm is headed in that direction. I don't know what you guys were talking about with all the Disney Plus content. The Bad Batch drops May 4th. That's true. May the 4th be with you. We're going to get the Bad Batch. I'm excited about that. Play-Doh is getting a movie? Oh, okay. No, JK. I'm about to say, I didn't make a movie with Play-Doh.
Honestly, I wouldn't put it past me. They made like a Lego movie, a Playmobil movie.
Mm-hmm.
There's like a Lego ripoff, or maybe they came first. I don't know. They're clearly the less popular versions of Lego. They made
Mega Bloks.
stupid emoji movie.
Oh god, that movie
they made,
sucked.
Dude, like they would make a Play-Doh movie, man. They would.
I feel like I've read it somewhere, but like they made the emoji movie to try to come on the precipice of like the Lego movie, and they just failed because they didn't bring what the Lego had in mind, right?
Talented writers.
That too, but like you have to make a movie and then feature these characters. You can't feature these characters in a movie. Like it doesn't work that way. It's kind of like Patrick, right? In his shit, right? You're gonna feature Patrick in a new movie or TV show. You can't do that because he's just the comic relief. But if you feature a good movie with a character that happens to be Patrick, that's different. It's my whole argument of how you tell a story versus telling a story, right? When it comes to like remakes and reboots, right? If you're telling me the same story in a different way, that's fine. But if you're telling me a different story, you're fucking up. It's what Michael Bay did with the Ninja Turtles. He tried to tell a different story. And when news got out on the story he was trying to tell, people were freaking out. The teenage alien Ninja Turtles, the whole Shredder's backstory, like that one guy was supposed to be Shredder, but then people were pissed off about it, so they did a reshoot with like a faded out Shredder. It was so stupid. It was terrible. Plus, that song was catchy. Everything is awesome. It was catchy. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. Actually, I do want to mention something. Again, I don't know what conversation you were having with Jesse about Lucasfilms, but in relation to Knights of the Old Republic, I believe that Disney is reopening Lucas Games or Lucas Arts, which could be a great thing because then that means we get more Star Wars games under like that branch. And again, just so long as EA isn't touching it, man, I'm all good. I'm all good. I just don't want EA touching any more Star Wars shit because I don't want them to touch anything franchise related that isn't sports. Keep making your sports games. Don't touch everything else. All right, let's see what else. I think that's it. That's all I got. Jesse, you have anything else? Are you?
I'm all pooped out.
You're all pooped out. Cool. All right,
Yeah.
guys. That's gonna be it for Totally Fan. Thank you guys so much. Oh, Battlefront 3. Ooh.
I want to go home.
Maybe it's possible. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to hang out with us. I really appreciate it. I know Jesse appreciates it too.
I do.
As a reminder, guys, every Saturday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, twitch.tv/TotallyAFan TAF. You catch the live stream podcast where we talk about nerd news and movies, comics, TV, video games, your fanfare right here. If for whatever reason you can't catch the live stream, we do stream the podcast on Monday, 12 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, anchor.fm/TotallyFan. If you can't catch that, we have it on other podcast locations such as iTunes, Google Music, etc., etc. And if for whatever reason you still can't catch all of that, well, there's always YouTube. We sprinkle clips of the news segments and everything else throughout the week, and then the full episode goes up every Wednesday on youtube.com/TotallyFan. If you guys like what we're doing, if you guys want to get more involved, continue with the community engagement on social media at TotallyFan. We have the Discord open as well. I'm sitting in the Discord randomly at the fan cave, and I'm always open to talk about whatever you guys want to talk about, whether it's news related, life related. I'm there. Just come find me. If you guys want to support what we do, we have a merch store, TotallyFan.threadless.com. We have awesome Totally Fan branded stuff. I have new merch on the way. We have these awesome Mortal Kombat masks that you guys can get. We have other masks in the works. You guys can go help support there. Make sure you guys are commenting, subscribing on all the platforms. And of course, you guys can subscribe absolutely for free, 100% for free, so long as you have Amazon Prime on Twitch. On behalf of everyone here, Jesse, my friend, who did a fantastic job with today's intro. I think you did a fantastic job helming today's episode. We might have you do it again in the future.
I will never do it again. Unless we do a hot tub stream. If we do a hot tub stream, then I'll do it.
Oh, God. Jeez, that's a whole different conversation. But that's going to be it for us, guys. Again, thank you so much for your continued love and support. We'll catch you guys on the next time. But until then, as always, thanks for coming.